Okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We apologize for the delay. We had a closed session right before our open session. At this time, I'd ask everyone to please stand for a moment of silent prayer and/or reflection as we continue to think about everyone who's been affected by the COVID pandemic. Please salute the flag. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. The New Jersey Open Public Meetings Law was enacted to ensure the right of the public to have advance notice of and attend any meetings of public bodies at which any business affecting their interests is discussed or acted upon. In accordance with this act, the Mayor and Council of the Borough of New Milford have caused notice of this meeting to be published by having the date, time, and place thereof posted in the Borough Hall, and notices have been sent to the Record and the Ridgewood News. The mission of this governing body is to provide essential services through the establishment and implementation of public policy that will safeguard the infrastructure, provide fair, honest, courteous, and professional services, establish a sense of trust and accomplishment between all residents, and through research and prudent planning, seek to minimize risk while improving our services. We are sensitive to the needs and satisfaction of our taxpayers while realizing that this governing body cannot be all things to all people within the revenue constraints imposed by state mandates, economic conditions, and prevailing attitudes about taxation. And going forward, I have another item I have to read before we open our meetings. All participants are muted during the meeting. Anyone wishing to make comments or ask questions can do at such time as the meeting is open to the public for comment and during public hearings on any ordinances by hitting the button to raise your hand or by typing a message in the chat box. You'll need to state your name and address for the record. Members of the public may also submit written comments for any future remote meetings by either email to chrisdemirez@newmilfordborough.com or a written letter to the Borough Clerk. Written comments must be received by 4 p.m. on the day of the remote meeting in order to be read into the record during the meeting. Members of the public commenting during a remote meeting shall not act in any manner to disrupt the meeting. If anyone becomes disruptive during the meeting, they'll be muted. If time permits, the disruptive individual shall be allowed to speak after all members of the public are provided an opportunity to comment. Any continued disruption may result in the member being prevented from speaking during the remainder of this meeting. Disruptive conduct includes, but is not limited to, shouting, interruption, and the use of profanity. Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Councilman Hurley.
Present.
Councilman Moore.
Present.
Councilwoman Duffie.
Here.
Council President Grotsky.
Here.
Councilwoman Sandhusen.
Present.
Councilwoman Grant.
She's muted.
You're muted.
Here.
Mayor Petrino.
Here.
Okay.
Okay, under unfinished business, may I get a motion for the approval of the minutes from the September 30th, 2020 work and public session meetings?
So moved.
Can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. We are going to move on to adoption of ordinance 2020:14. And when the clerk is ready, if she would please read the ordinance.
An ordinance to amend Chapter 2 of the revised general ordinances of the Borough of New Milford entitled Administration, thereby amending subsection 2-19.1 entitled Composition of the New Milford Police Department.
This ordinance eliminates the ranks of detective lieutenant and detective sergeant. May I get a motion at this time to open this to the public for comment?
Motion to open to the public for comment.
May I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen of the public, if anyone has a comment on ordinance 2020:14, now is the opportunity.
No members of the public attending tonight so far.
Motion to close.
May I get a motion to close the public?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Under new business,
Nope, we needed a
item
motion.
number one is
What-
I'm sorry, what?
We need a
Adopt.
motion to adopt it.
Oh, can I get a motion to adopt the ordinance on its
Motion.
final reading?
Second.
May I get a second?
You got a second.
Yep.
Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Siraki Hurley.
Yes.
Councilman Seymour.
Yeah.
Councilwoman Duffie.
Yes.
Council President Grotzky.
Yes.
Councilwoman Sandhusen.
Yes.
Councilwoman Grant.
Yes.
Okay. Item number one, under new business is Borough Property, Block 904, lots 30 and 31, Administrator.
I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Kelly.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, members of the council. We received a inquiry from one of the property owners in town as to whether there would be interest on the part of the borough to either lease or sell the block in question. On the agenda, this block is a small borough-owned lot behind the two farms in the center of town. We had previously discussed the issue in different council meetings, and there at one time was some interest in taking some action as to this when a prior property owner had approached the borough. The reason I suggested to be on the borough agenda is to, number one, make sure the governing body is aware of it. Number two, ask the governing body if they want me to pursue it if there's interest in either of those two options. If there's no interest, we don't have to do anything. It'll just remain as a fallow piece of property. So I'm just really looking for guidance as to whether the borough wants me to start discussions and see what is being suggested.
I mean, I would be interested to know what is suggested.
Either to sell it or to lease it to the individual. That's the proposal.
Kevin, does this have to be publicly advertised that the property is available for sale?
We had discussed this in the past, and you know, I don't want to give out my legal advice, but Title 40A does require auction either way, you know, in bidding. So.
Oh, even for a lease?
Yes, even for a lease.
Oh.
So that said, if you want me to pursue it, I don't want to get too far into negotiations or details because that's probably something that's more appropriate under closed, but that would be part of the process, and that's what we came to the conclusion last time after our research.
Councilwoman Duffie.
Chris, does the borough currently lease any property anywhere else?
No.
Okay, thank you.
The only thing I could say, I'm sorry, I have to correct for the cell tower. We have a ground
Okay.
cell tower.
All right, thank you.
Can we have
Everyone,
could we have a restrictive sale that it remain just like farmland?
What we can do is only limited by my imagination.
You want to explain
No.
that one?
What?
That would be one of the concerns, that we would have to put some details on it. And I just that's where this kind of fell off the onto the back burner with the last time this was suggested. So there would have to be some, because the two abutting properties have farm restrictions, and we talked about a lot of different things on it. That said, I'm not looking to go into a legal analysis of it. I just want to know if it's something you want me to pursue.
But it could be, you could put restrictions on the sale, correct?
Correct. On the deed. We would put it on the deed, not on the sale.
Okay.
Or in a lease agreement. I would love to talk about this some more in closed.
Well, we can't talk about anything until you tell me whether we want to go forward and there's interest. If there is, I will reach out to the other side.
Do I get to ask a question?
Yeah, I was going to call on you. Go ahead.
So the my concern is the amount of green spaces that the borough has, and I would like to know. I don't know. I'm in preservation. My question, I'm not really quite sure how to frame the question, but what is the status of the land as it is now? Is there any preservation or green open space acknowledgement on that?
No, it's an unrestricted piece of land that the borough owns. It is vacant. It is the end of the street, which escapes me at the moment, but
Berkeley, I think.
Berkeley. And Berkeley dead ends into the lot. It's small it might actually be a building lot, we determined the last time.
Because that section of town could stand to have some green spaces. New Milford is actually in a deficit of passive parks. So it would be, I would not be in support of selling for development. I would like,
we're not at that point yet.
Yeah, and I don't know that it's even a development. I don't know what exactly they're proposing. And I could report about that if you tell me to go forward.
I think you should go forward.
I agree.
I would need a motion from the council to instruct our borough attorney to proceed in talking to their attorney.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I,
Aye.
Opposed?
And just so everyone's clear, this is not.
Sandhusen, you opposed?
I said aye.
Okay.
It needs more information and investigation.
Yeah, this is not
I
to.
thought I saw a hand.
The intention is not to
No,
bind
this
the
is just
borough to
fact-finding.
anything,
That's
just to find out what is exactly being proposed, and then I can give the borough its options, which include anything.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Under item number 2 is schedule updates. The Domestic Violence Symposium will be held virtually on October 28th at 6:30 p.m. The COVID-19 mobile test site will be at the former ShopRite parking lot, and that will be on October 29th from 9 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. And I believe, Chris, they're going to send us flyers for that we could send out, correct?
I believe so, yes. Haven't received.
Okay, we're just waiting on the flyers and we can send them out. Trick or Treat Trail, New Milford's first Trick or Treat Trail will be held on Halloween, which is October 31st. It'll take place on Chiquino Drive from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Chiquino Drive is the street which is in between the high school and the new ShopRite. What we're going to do is kind of like during football games, Madison Avenue behind the high school will be closed down. So people will enter Madison Ave, kind of past the Brain Freeze drive-through, drive around, and then they will turn up Chiquino, and that's where all of the excitement will be taking place. The paper shredding event will be on November 7th in the Swim Club parking lot, and that will be 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Veterans Day will be November 11th on the Borough Hall lawn at 11 a.m. The New Milford Municipal Alliance Adam event is tentatively scheduled for November 15th and that will take place at Hardcastle Pond. The holiday tree lighting at the Borough Hall, tentative date is December 6th. There'll be more details on that to follow. And I think that covers all of the upcoming borough-sponsored events. And one thing I wanted to mention is November 3rd is Election Day. And just so everyone is aware, this is a vote-by-mail election. You can go to the polls if you need to vote provisional. Voting provisional means you didn't get a ballot in the mail, you lost your ballot, something is wrong with your address. That is when you should go to the polls and vote in person. It will be a paper ballot at the polls to vote provisional. If you have a disability, you can go to the polls and vote in the booth. You have to have a letter certifying you have a disability. The polling place is also a place where you can drop off the vote-by-mail ballot that you got in the mail and filled out. There will be a secure drop box there, and you will sign the book when you drop it off. Your vote-by-mail ballots can be mailed by regular mail, USPS, or there are 17 county drop box locations throughout the county. If you go to the office of the mayor, 18 Facebook page, or the borough website, we have a list of all of the locations. I believe the closest location to New Milford is behind the Bergenfield Municipal Building, which is on Washington Ave. Chris, could you please remind everyone of our polling places?
Yes, we're going to have polling at the VFW, at the middle school, David E. Owens Middle School, and Berkeley Elementary School.
And I believe the county will be sending everyone notification of what polling place their district is in, so they will know where to go if they have to go to the polls.
Yes, postcards are going out with everybody's district location.
Okay. And that brings us to the administrator's report.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. The task force, the COVID-19 task force met on Thursday, October 8th. There were reports from the New Milford Police Department, New Milford Fire Department, OEM, the Health Department, Administration, DPW, Recreation, and the Board of Ed. Some of the topics that were discussed included the extension of the outdoor dining permits, the nightmare at the farm, a swift message regarding the upcoming election, lights at the basketball and tennis courts, and upcoming events which include the food drive, the Drake Drive-By Memorial, Halloween Trick-or-Treat Trail, Veterans Day, and the holiday tree lighting. Earlier today, I forwarded a resolution. It was numbered 2020-226, the purpose of which is to establish the mission, goals, and objectives of the Green Team. And we will need a motion to add this resolution to the agenda tonight.
I would like to make that motion to add this resolution, add resolution 2020:226 to the agenda.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, so that will be added
Any
as,
opposed? Okay, 220:226 has been added to the resolutions.
okay. There is also a resolution on tonight's agenda to authorize the request for qualifications for the 2021 professional appointments, and the RFQ will be posted to the borough's website by Friday, October 16th. I would like to report that we're continuing to work with Seamless Docs to move our forms and applications to an online platform. It is a very big undertaking that I definitely underestimated, and it's going to take some time for us to get everything uploaded and have everyone trained in the process. So there's a significant amount of work that needs to take place on the front end, and it's being all to be done through my office. So it's going to take some time, but with time and patience, I think it's going to turn out to be a very good thing for the borough. Just not making any promises on how quickly I'm going to have it all done. As the mayor said, we're continuing to move forward toward election day, and we're working closely with the county to have everything in place for when the day comes. We're picking up election materials as opposed to having them delivered on the 20th of October, as well as we received delivery of provisional ballots, significantly more than we normally receive. And a swift reach call went out this past Sunday with information for voters, and it will be repeated as we get closer to election day. My office is fielding a lot of calls on a regular basis with questions that people have. But they've all been great, and they've been very appreciative of the information that we've been able to provide. And just want to let everybody know our next meeting, we're going back to our regular Monday schedule. So it's less than 2 weeks. On the 26th of October, we'll be meeting. That's it for me, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we're going to introduce ordinance 2020:15. And when the clerk is ready, she could please read the ordinance.
An ordinance to amend Chapter 7 of the revised general ordinances of the Borough of New Milford entitled Traffic, thereby amending subsection 7-3.4 entitled Parking Prohibited During Certain Hours on Certain Streets.
Okay, this ordinance prohibits parking on the west side of Prospect Avenue from Main Street to Cleveland, and it's from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Thursday through Saturday. So this ordinance will basically make the west side of Prospect consistent with the east side of Prospect. And when I say west and east, it's from Main Street, the north and south sides of Main Street. The 2 blocks of Prospect will be the same parking restrictions with this ordinance. May I get a motion to introduce this ordinance on the first reading?
Motion.
Second.
Can I get a roll call, please?
Yes, Councilwoman Sandhusen.
Yes.
Councilman Seymour.
Yes.
Councilwoman Duffie.
Yes.
Council President Grotsky.
Yes.
Councilwoman Sandhusen.
Yes.
Councilwoman Grant.
Yes.
The public hearing on this ordinance will be October 26th. Okay. We added resolution 2020:226. Were there any other resolutions that need to be pulled for further discussion? If not, I would ask for a motion to open to the public.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ladies and gentlemen of the public, now is your opportunity. You have 5 minutes to ask any question related to the Borough of New Milford or express any concern related to the Borough of New Milford.
No members in the meeting, Mayor.
May I get a motion to close to the public?
So moved.
Second.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Let's go around real quick. Any updates? Let's start with Council President Grotsky.
I have nothing at this time, Mayor.
Thank you. Let's move on to Councilman Seymour.
I just want to, of course, just to add to what you said earlier, Mayor, about our Domestic Violence Awareness Symposium on Wednesday, October 28th. Just to clarify for those who've not gotten all the information, the panel will be live, the speakers will be live. For those of you in the public who want to watch, there'll be a Facebook Live link provided on the Borough of New Milford's website. Which at the time you can go and click and access. And we will be also creating some email account, which can also be provided in case somebody has a specific question or concern during that symposium. And again, we're hoping people tune in. Thank you, Mayor.
Can I just ask, Matt, you're going to get me that information so that I can get that posted?
Yes, I'm gonna. I'll create the email address and I'll get that to you. And I'm gonna ask maybe to talk to you tomorrow about how to create the Facebook Live link. I'm not sure how to do that from an IT point of view.
What?
But
Call me tomorrow.
Lisa, okay. Yeah, I'll call you tomorrow, Lisa.
Thanks,
That's
Lisa.
perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Lisa.
Thank you, Lisa.
Thank goodness.
Councilwoman Sandhusen, you're next.
All right. Well, my report is primarily about the green team as it relates to these resolutions. They are on target for a application submission. The submission date is October 30th, and they are really doing a great job and are very organized. A lot of firsts, first time meeting on Zoom, and there's a lot of really good synergy with the group. They're already looking ahead to next year, and I think they're going to be a group of people that brings a lot of value to the borough and some really dynamic projects that the community that can and also participate in at appropriate times. So it's going to be really great. And that's it. That's my report. So thank you, Mayor and Council, for your support with the Green Team.
Yeah, we're very excited about the Green
Yeah.
Team getting going. Councilwoman Grant.
I thought at
How are you?
at our last meeting that, I'm sorry? Oh, I thought at our last meeting I mentioned that the planning board had heard and approved an application from the Bank of America to upgrade its lighting. Apparently that didn't make it into the minutes, and Christine has no memory of it, so I'm repeating it tonight because I feel like it should be noted. The other thing is the census again has been in flux, and the Supreme Court has now ruled, and apparently the deadline will now be tomorrow night, Wednesday, October 15th at midnight. So if you haven't done your census, please do it. It has become a political football and a total nightmare. And although they say that most households in the country have been counted, there's a big question about that. New Milford's about 82%, and I was hoping for a larger amount, but New Jersey is only about 69%. So compared to the rest of the state, we've done extremely well, and I'm very happy to report that New Milford's done a good job. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilwoman Siraki Hurley.
First and foremost, I'd like to say that our food drive on Sunday was an excellent turnout. Thank you, residents, for being so incredibly generous. Thank you to the Boy Scout Troop 78, the DPW, our police auxiliary, our mayor, our council people. I mean, it was extremely successful. And thank you for all that. We did well. Other than that, I have really nothing else to report at this time.
Yeah, I want to thank the residents who turned out and donated food. I mean, we got a lot of stuff and really helped the pantry. It was great. It was a great effort. Councilwoman Duffie.
Thank you, Mayor. Just to echo yours and Councilwoman Siraki Hurley's comments. It's great to see so many people from different parts of the borough get together for such a worthy cause. So I think it's wonderful to be able to participate. Seems like this month of October is about participating in all kinds of activities. So, you know, hoorah for us. And I just want to say, Christine, thank you so much for taking on that technological nightmare. I think it's pretty impressive how you're staying positive. So thank you for that. That's nothing else, just a busy month.
Thank you. And since our last meeting, the other event that I attended was I attended the Relay for Life Luminaria ceremony at the swim club. And I got to tell you, when you went down to the swim club and it was dark and you saw about 400 bags lit up, it just shows you how powerful it is, and the fight against cancer. It was pretty amazing. It was pretty overwhelming to see it. So I hope others out there got the opportunity to see it and read the bags and some of the stories that are on it. So that was good. And I told Relay for Life, we are looking forward to having them next year, and we're hoping that we can do the actual relay on the track and do the 12-hour event. So, and I'll sign all of you up to run a few laps for next year. So
Do that.
Great.
I'll bring my Picasso. I want to add something else. I do want to thank Councilwoman Duffie and her wonderful husband, John, and Joan LePage and the DPW for decorating the borough for the fall. They put
Looks
up
great.
the corn stalks and the ribbons, and it
Yes.
was lovely. So thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Patty. So much.
And extra
More
shout
to
out.
come.
Extra shout out to the DPW's been doing wonderful. Street cleaning. I mean, the streets are clean. There was a lot of debris from the post storms, and New Milford streets really look clean right now. And I want to thank them extra for that. And that's all that I have.
Mr. Mayor, if I may, before you,
Go ahead.
I just wanted to bring the governing body up to speed in terms of the borough adopted an affordable housing plan in connection with the settlement of the NMRA lawsuits and in compliance with our obligation under New Jersey law. The borough is obligated to undertake a midpoint review of the plan that was undertaken, I believe, in August or the beginning of September. We're in the midpoint of round 3, which gives the borough certification until 2025. That's our period of repose. The borough planner weighed in along with my assistants and some of the other issues that the borough has examined, and we published the midpoint review. It's on our website. We've submitted it to the Council on Affordable Housing. The settlement agreement, as well as New Jersey Administrative Code, permits the comment of the comment about the midpoint review from any interested party. At the end of last week, we did receive a comment from the Insara group. I haven't had the chance to digest it yet. I will report back to the governing body, but that was just submitted to us, and I just wanted to make the borough aware there is comment, and we'll see what their position is and respond accordingly.
Are the comments public on the website, or are they?
Comment has not been published on the website. I don't honestly know the answer to that at this point, whether it should be posted or not. But I will get back to you, Councilwoman Grant. There's no secret about it. They've submitted it to COA, so it is a public document. I just don't know if there's an obligation on the borough's part to publish it or not. I haven't received any others yet, and I'm not aware if Chris has received any, but we'll address it once I've had the chance to digest it, and I can advise the governing body accordingly.
Thank you.
I have one question. Could you
Thank you.
clarify the website? Is that posted on the borough website, or is it a separate website?
Forgive me, it's on the borough website, our midpoint review, along with many of the other documents in terms of our compliance are up there. I think it's under a tab of affordable housing, along with opportunities for affordable housing, some of the other issues that have been completed by our consultant.
Thank you for the clarification.
Chris, there's a separate tab on the website as to it, correct?
I believe that's true, yes.
Okay. I just wanted to bring it to the governing body's attention, so you know that A, we did it, we are compliant, B, we did receive a response, which is a comment.
Thank you.
Thank you.
May I get a
website,
motion?
I'm sorry,
to
on the
approve
home page of the website there on the left side in the menu, there's a tab for affordable housing.
Okay. May I get a motion to approve resolutions 2020:213 through 2020:226?
Motion.
Motion.
May I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Is there any other business before this council? If not, I would ask for a motion to adjourn. Councilwoman Saraki Hurley.
Yeah,
you wanna say-
I'm sorry. I just wanted to give a bit of a reminder that on October 20th at 10:30, there will be a bingo Zoom for the seniors. I don't know, Mayor, are you going?
No,
No?
unfortunately, I can't make it on the 20th, so I won't be the guest bingo caller, number caller.
Lynn is
But
looking
I will
for
try to get back into that in November. Yes. Anyone who wants to volunteer, it's
what
so much
time of
I
fun.
day?
nominate
that?
Councilwoman Grant.
It is Tuesday, October 20th at 10:30 a.m.
I'm just gonna warn you.
Okay. What?
You pull a few numbers, and if it's not their numbers, they start yelling. They shake it up, shake it up, shake it up. And I
Well,
do the
that's
best I
what
can to
we
get the-
seniors do, for sure. Okay.
It's only
I'm
3
like shaking
games
the
and
cards. I didn't know what
45
they-
minutes.
I
May I
might
get a
be up
motion
for
to
taking the
adjourn?
next one after Hetty. Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to go in there too.
Not
Also,
old enough, Lisa.
No, to call numbers.
Yeah. There's also a photo op.
What's that?
I just saw this now. It's called, put on your calendar, social distance photo op on Friday, October 30th at 12 noon for a Halloween gathering at Kennedy Field for the seniors.
Okay.
So if everybody wants a photo of Halloween, it's October 30th at noontime.
Ira, you could walk over.
Yeah, Ira, at Kennedy Field.
Don't I have to be at Chiquino?
At one,
No,
you can
that's
do
the
both.
next day.
11 days later.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second,
May I get a second?
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And our next meeting will be the 26th.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Be well, everybody.
Have a good night. Be
Good
safe.
Good night.
Yes,
Yes.
take care.